If you have watched Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel, the name Rick Ness does not sound new to you. He is one of the series' primary cast members, having appeared since Season 3. The cast earns a substantial compensation per episode, and you're probably curious about Rick Ness's net worth in 2024. So how rich is Rick Ness? From daring gold mining exploits to industrial highs and lows, join us on this intriguing journey into the wealth and adventures of the man himself, Rick Ness. Rick Ness, a major protagonist in the Gold Rush saga, is more than just a miner. He's a tenacious explorer with a desire to pursue dreams beneath the Earth's surface. Rick, known for his unyielding determination, rose to prominence after taking over as mine supervisor. His journey has been a roller coaster of triumphs, losses, and golden moments. Beyond the gold-laden landscapes, Rick Ness emerges as a man worth investigating, both for his mining prowess and the irrepressible spirit that drives his pursuit of riches. Rick joined the cast of Gold Rush in Season 3 and instantly became a fan favorite due to his hard work and dedication. In addition to his compensation from the show, Rick has worked as a gold mine operator. He previously had a successful singing career and has pursued business projects and investments, all of which have contributed to his financial success. Rick Ness, who was born in Michigan on March 5, 1981, had a diverse background before earning a name for himself in gold mining. Growing up, he learned the ropes by working for his father's construction company, where he gained valuable mechanical skills. Rick intended to pursue a football career after high school, but a head injury changed his plans. He then traveled to Milwaukee to explore the music scene. Rick joined the 357 string band as a bassist and toured the world, exhibiting his musical abilities. During this time, he met Parker Schnabel, which would have a significant impact on his future in gold mining. Rick's early life and career highlights his versatility as he moved from construction to music and then gold mine. His different experiences provided him with talents that proved useful in his subsequent endeavors. The sudden transition from football to music not only demonstrated his perseverance, but also resulted in a fateful meeting with Parker Schnabel, which altered the course of his professional career. So, what contributed to his prominence? Rick Ness's adventure on Gold Rush began in Season 3, when he started as an operator on the rock truck and excavator. Parker Schnabel was impressed by his hard work ethic and commitment to the task, and he promoted him to foreman. Rick, as foreman, was responsible for overseeing the Indian River operation. His leadership abilities and broad understanding of the gold mining sector were clear, gaining him respect from both his peers and the show's audience. Despite his triumphs, Rick suffered a setback in his Gold Rush career when he made a costly mistake that resulted in a $50,000 income loss for Parker. However, Rick's drive to make atonement shined through. In Season 9, he made a brave decision to start his own mining crew. This choice constituted a watershed moment for Rick, putting him on track to break show records. With his freshly created staff, he enjoyed extraordinary success, exceeding expectations, and even setting a new record for the most gold mined by a mine leader in his first year. Rick Ness's climb to notoriety demonstrates his tenacity, determination, and flexibility in the face of challenges. Look into Rick Ness's financial landscape. The real breakdown of his profits may include additional factors such as endorsements, business collaborations, or investments. Nonetheless, Rick Ness's journey from musician to significant person in the gold mining sector, as depicted in Gold Rush, shows the various paths someone might take to reach financial success. Rick Ness, well known for his role in Gold Rush, not only makes a living from the show, but also runs a profitable gold mining venture. This entrepreneurial venture draws on his significant industry knowledge, allowing him to apply his expertise. Managing his own mining crew has proven useful in increasing profits and diversifying his financial portfolio. Rick's net worth is roughly 60% derived from his income on Gold Rush. The show has been a substantial contributor to his entire financial situation. Aside from television, Rick's gold mining businesses make a substantial contribution, accounting for around 40% of his wealth. This diversification strategy has strengthened his economic position, providing a solid platform for long-term prosperity. The television landscape has likely influenced Rick's financial trajectory. His involvement in Gold Rush not only gives a stable income, but also allows him to demonstrate his mining prowess. This visibility not only attracts viewers, but it also opens up prospects for partnerships and endorsements, which increase his revenues. On the other hand, Rick's employment as a gold mine operator adds a dynamic element to his wealth portfolio. Managing a mining crew includes negotiating the industry's complexity, which include logistical obstacles and market changes. This hands-on approach not only increases his revenues, but also improves his entrepreneurial abilities, establishing him as a versatile player in the gold market. It's worth noting that Rick's multiple revenue streams constitute a symbiotic relationship, with each complementing the other. His appearance in Gold Rush not only increases the show's popularity, but also draws attention to his mining operations. Conversely, the profitability and exposure of his mining venture increase the popularity of Gold Rush, resulting in a mutually beneficial financial ecology. He has effectively diversified his revenue streams, with Gold Rush accounting for a sizable percentage of his wealth, supplemented by his successful gold mining businesses. This methodical strategy has not only strengthened his financial foundation, but also established him as a prominent figure in both the entertainment and mining industries. What about his personal life and relationships? Rick Ness's relationship with Lise Marie has brought him happiness. The duo has been together since 2020 and recently announced their engagement for October 2022. Rick proposed to Lise Marie on her birthday, creating a beautiful and memorable experience for both of them. While their relationship was not featured in Season 13 of Gold Rush, fans are excited to watch Rick's personal life develop as he continues his mining escapades. Rick Ness and Lise Marie have shared details about their lives together on social media, offering followers an insight into their loving and supportive relationship. Despite the hardships of their various occupations, they have managed to form a strong friendship and lay a solid basis for their future together. As Rick Ness works through his personal troubles, fans may anticipate him to return to Gold Rush and resume his career in gold mining. His personal life and connections will surely influence his future experiences and decisions. What about his early career and music success, you ask? Prior to his gold mining profession, Rick Ness was successful in the music industry. After abandoning his hopes of playing professional football due to a brain injury, Ness joined the 357 String Band as a bassist. The band, noted for their lively and distinct blend of bluegrass and punk music. Gold mining may look very careful and serious, but even the most skilled miners make mistakes from time to time. Miners have had their fair share of ups and downs, from small mistakes that are easy to miss to big ones that cost a lot of money and make team members angry. Come with us as we look into the most stupid parts of the gold rush, putting the $1 million dredge down. The dredge owned by Tony Beats sank for the second time in 6 weeks. He was told to go down and check on the dredge, even though it was his day off. What Tony saw when he got there could have been better. That machine held a lot of money, and it was just sitting there. It wasn't a happy moment. It looked like the team knew how bad things were, but they didn't know where to begin. The issue had to be fixed, but it was extra hard because the machine had to work by the time Tony got back. They were working on the pontoons to get rid of the water and get the dredge to float again. They thought something was broken. The pontoons quickly filled with water. Knowing how bad things were getting, one of the team members just turned around and signed, saying that Tony and Kevin would not be happy with this. When they tried to fix things quickly, there was too much water in the pontoons, so they just tried to lighten the load to get rid of the weight. They were sure that the boss would not be happy with them because the company loses about $1,000 an hour when the digger is not working. In the end, that's a lot of cash. They set up 6 pumps to drain the water to fix the problem with the pump that was sinking, but they knew they were losing. They didn't even believe the pumps could do the job. Mike really helped them out by getting a strong pump that could move 3,000 liters of water per minute. After fixing the pump, they left it to do its job. They remembered that $1,000 went by every hour. They had been pumping for water for 12 hours and spent $12,000 on it. They finally pumped the water out of the pontoons. They needed to figure out why the digger sank in the first place. When Roger Redball looked at the dredge and saw that the doors were open, it was a big surprise. The team had been working on their own problems and trying to get through the cut. They realized that this wasn't a natural or technical failure, but rather an error made by a person. Because the doors were open, sand and water could get into the pontoons and cause the dredge to sink. The whole thing was their fault. When Tony and Kevin got back from the sale, they did what they were supposed to do and asked what happened. The mine boss still wanted to know why the doors were left open, even after he knew what had happened. It turned out that the night shift team was to blame. They weren't looking at the digger. Now that the pontoons were fixed, Tony didn't want to point the finger at anyone. He just wanted to turn the dredge around and use it again. Again, the groundwater and water from the holding pond made the dredge float. They were getting ready for the next step. She and her team showed that they were ready, and they asked Mike right away how to move the dredge. Kevin told them to work quickly so Jason wouldn't be able to start digging in the new area. The dredge was going to be turned 90 degrees, which would make the tailings line swing over the road. Careful steps were needed for this. They looked and saw that the back end was pretty close to the shore. With a very important moment coming up, the team knew they had to make some tricky moves to get the dredge through a tough spot. They were hoping that they would be able to make the turn. Even though there might be some problems, they were happy and glad when the dredge was finally in the right place because everything went as planned. When the turn went well, the team took a look at what had happened and was happy with how things turned out. Now that the dredge was ready to start getting gold again, they were excited about the chance to get some prizes. The bucket's noise showed that things were going well, and everyone on the team was feeling good and hopeful about what they were doing. The night shift crew did something really stupid that almost damaged Tony's dredge. But what a new driver did to a truck was even worse. The whole truck was almost destroyed, almost making an engine burst. After 11 weeks of digging, Tony had brought in more than 1,000 ounces of gold. But he wasn't completely happy. There had to be more made. In two of his cuts, the 8-acre blue cut and the 9-acre cold cut, he was trying to catch Paradise Hill's sought-after white Chanel pay run. But the weather had been bad for him for the past 6 weeks. He was back in the cold cut, where there was still a lot of money to be made. To make up for the time he lost, Tony planned to sluice day and night for the first time this season to double his output. 3 new drivers were brought in to help the team because there was a lot of work to be done. The 3 guys were way too excited about the season. They thought it was great to be over there trying to work off the ladder and hoping to work in the yard and see some real good. It was better than seeing them with fancy jewelry on. They had to show Tony they had the right skills before they could work the night job. The boss had a lot of faith in them. He told them that if they were smart and wanted to learn, they could learn anything about welding or motors. They could find a way through life if they knew which way to go. The rookies were to be trained by Megan Gondet, who had worked for Parker before going back to work for Tony the previous year. Thomas was one of the newbies, and she told him not to do anything crazy, but to focus on being more productive. But Thomas had done a really stupid thing. It was back at the yard that lead mechanic Kevin Beat noticed something wasn't right. He was working on the trucks that were needed for the Paradise Hills Blitz. Where was the 4th truck? It turned out that Thomas was in charge. The trouble was that truck number 4 was broken, too hot, and couldn't be used. Kevin marked cars that needed repairs before they could be used with lockout tags. What a stupid thing Thomas did. He didn't care about the tag, and it wasn't even signed. Thomas made a big mistake for a first-timer. It was a big deal to take a truck with a lockout tag on it. Thomas was putting the engine at risk, and Tony now knew about it. Thomas had a good chance of getting sent off, but it didn't happen. He was told by his boss to get back in a truck. He gave the new driver another chance, but this time in a truck that was in good shape and had been signed out. The newbies were full again. More trucks were better. We saw Tony having trouble with water and his dredge, but he wasn't the only one who had trouble with water because of a mistake. Parker has his fair share of water issues. In his case, he almost lost all of his wolf cut pay, a mining site that is now underwater. Parker was looking for a pay streak in the 4-acre wolf cut on the far side of his Alaskan claim. He hoped that it would bring him at least 1,000 ounces this season. The group was trying to get to pay dirt 30 feet below, but they had to dig out 1,000 yards of extra material. 4 more feet would bring them to the water, and then it would be 30 feet to the rocks. But it looked like it was cooler than it really was. It would be very hard for them because they were working next to a pond. Frozen mud was the best option because it kept the water out. Recruit John Baudry was told to deal with the mud and keep the water out, but it looked like the cut was pretty wet. They called their boss to stop things before they got worse. It turned out that the mud got worse as they opened up more places. They still hadn't cut out even a fifth of the hole. There is an old pond next to the wolf cut. There was only a small berm between them. They dug down and found frozen ice that stopped the water from getting in. Now, it let water from the pond seep through the berm and fill the cut. Soon there will be a lot of water in the area. There was a need for action to save the day. They thought getting a pump would be the best thing for them to do. Parker's plan to stop the water was to dig a pond into the ground at the cut's deepest point and put in an 8-inch pump to clear it. After setting it up, they had to wait until the next day. You might be wondering what went wrong with the plan now. The plan as a whole was good and seemed to work, but how could you choose a pump to drain that much water without first making sure it works and fixing any problems it might have? The next day, everyone on the team went for a hike to check out their nice, dry wolf cut, but they were about to get a big shock. Where did their pump go? It looked like the pump was gone, and instead of a cutting that was completely dry, they found a lake. The pump system had broken down, filling the cut and putting the pump 4 feet below the water level. $500,000 were about to slip through their hands. The pump was so deep that they couldn't even walk up to it. Tyson had to pull a small kayak out with a chain in the excavator to get the pump to dry ground where they could work on it. The question was why they didn't work on it the day before and save time and money. Mark Fors, the foreman, said that the debris was blocking the suction filter at the end of the hose, which caused the water level to rise and cover the whole pump. He had to disassemble and repair the engine and come up with a plan to protect the pump from more flooding. This could have been done the day before, which would have saved them the whole night. His wolf almost got cut by this mistake, but Parker also did something shockingly stupid, and he almost had to say goodbye to Big Red. Parker's horrible mistake. Parker had finally realized a lifelong dream by digging his own Klondike claim. But with only a year left on the water lease, he only had one session to find all the gold on the huge 115-acre property. It only took him a little over 8 years to grow his Alaskan business from 2 people to 17 people and millions of dollars in sales. Dean, his foreman, quit, so he had to do some things as a foreman to get the company going. He was now in charge of everything as the manager. It made sense for him to do it because he knew more about the process than anyone else on his crew. The Chester Cut was being mined by his team. His mechanic, Mitch, was taking care of the big machinery, fixing the trucks, and getting them ready for work. Bree Harrison, who was operating the loader, was moving gold-rich pay dirt through Big Red and getting rid of the useless process rocks and dirt. Brennan Ruock put the dirt that Bree was going to use through the wash plant. There was no standing foreman to be seen during any try. They found a lake. The pump system had broken down, filling the cut and putting the pump 4 feet below the water level. $500,000 were about to slip through their hands. The pump was so deep that they couldn't even walk up to it. Tyson had to pull a small kayak out with a chain in the excavator to get the pump to dry ground where they could work on it. The question was why they didn't work on it the day before and save time and money. Mark Fors, the foreman, said that the debris was blocking the suction filter at the end of the hose, which caused the water level to rise and cover the whole pump. He had to disassemble and repair the engine and come up with a plan to protect the pump from more flooding. This could have been done the day before, which would have saved them the whole night. His wolf almost got cut by this mistake, but Parker also did something shockingly stupid, and he almost had to say goodbye to Big Red. Parker's horrible mistake. Parker had finally realized a lifelong dream by digging his own Klondike claim. But with only a year left on the water lease, he only had one session to find all the gold on the huge 115-acre property. It only took him a little over 8 years to grow his Alaskan business from 2 people to 17 people and millions of dollars in sales. Dean, his foreman, quit, so he had to do some things as a foreman to get the company going. He was now in charge of everything as the manager. It made sense for him to do it because he knew more about the process than anyone else on his crew. The Chester Cut was being mined by his team. His mechanic, Mitch, was taking care of the big machinery, fixing the trucks, and getting them ready for work. Bree Harrison, who was operating the loader, was moving gold-rich pay dirt through Big Red and getting rid of the useless process rocks and dirt. Brennan Ruock put the dirt that Bree was going to use through the wash plant. There was no standing foreman to be seen during any of this. Everyone was working on their own jobs. He still hadn't shown up to tell the team what to do that day. They were already weeks behind schedule. Things would go a lot better if Parker showed up and stayed there the whole time. Parker showed up in the end and helped the team out a bit. The fact that Bree was running the whole business by herself made her look stressed. Because of this, Parker chose to get into the fuel truck and help get things fueled so that she could keep going. But Parker made a huge mistake at that point, one I won't forget quickly. He promised to help Bree, but instead he got sidetracked and looked for any gold that might still be in the places that had just been dug up. He had always wanted to do more panning on the floor that the guys who were pulling the pay had left behind, because he wouldn't stand for anyone being left behind. As the standing manager, he had to be there at the start and end of every shift to go over the days and nights' plans. He was in charge of sluicing and cleaning and had to plan how the plant would move next. There were 2 times a day when he had to make sure everything had fuel. It was a lot to handle. However, he didn't do these things. Instead, he went off to look for extra gold when his team really needed him. There are results to everything you do, and the mistake had its results. The whole plant shut down. The pump wasn't putting out any water, so Big Red's pre-wash was full of dirt. It was too dangerous to keep going because the pre-wash was about to boil over. Bree had to stop everything before it got worse. The harm might not be fixable. Why wasn't there any water? Not enough power. Yes, Parker said he would feed everything, but he didn't. Big Red was now down. It would have saved a lot of time and money to do something so easy. He messed that up, though. About $2,000 worth of gold is left in the ground every hour that Big Red is down. To be fair, it had been a long time since he had to deal with operations maintenance. There have been mistakes made by miners, which has cost their bosses money and property damage. Parker's team made a big mistake that cost him a lot of money. Big fuck up. Mitch and Brennan had a hard time moving Big Red a week ago, but they made a mistake that cost Parker a lot of money. Now, Aaron had to make sure that Slucifer didn't die the same way, which would have cost Parker more money. The team had recently seen a lot of rain, which was very scary because getting paid while wet wasn't fun at all. It always made things worse. In the beginning, Aaron worked for Parker as a truck driver. Since then, he has shown that he is good at driving a loader and is now in charge of Parker's most productive wash plant. He was by himself with the wash plant that day and did something very stupid. He made a big mistake because he had already done that stupid thing. He was thinking about how lucky he was to have the job when he dropped some wet pay on the conveyor belt. Gone unnoticed, as fans of the show have observed intimate moments between them both on camera and behind the scenes, sparking speculation about the true nature of their relationship. This speculation only intensifies with Morgan's activity on social media platforms, particularly on her Instagram page, where she frequently shares glimpses into her life. Among these posts are images that hint at a profound closeness with Rick, further fueling the rumors and leaving viewers eager to uncover the truth behind their dynamic. In a certain snapshot, Rick is seen carrying Morgan, their smiles reflecting a warmth and friendship that seem genuine and unscripted. Another photograph captures them standing side by side, their closeness visible against the backdrop of what appears to be a serene and intimate setting. These moments, frozen in time, have left fans of the show buzzing with curiosity about the true nature of their relationship. As fans search through Morgan Lauren's social media profiles, a pattern emerges. She appears to be unattached, seemingly single, and open to new relationships. This observation ignites speculation among followers, who eagerly entertain the possibility of a romantic entanglement between Morgan and Rick Ness, the charismatic leader of the crew. With each post, each glimpse into their interactions, the intrigue deepens, leaving fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding narrative of love and adventure amidst the backdrop of the gold rush. While Morgan has chosen not to publicly confirm her relationship status, her close bond with Rick has undoubtedly piqued the interest of gold rush enthusiasts. Similarly, Rick has neither confirmed nor corrected any speculation regarding his relationship with Morgan. As viewers observe the dynamics between Rick and Morgan, some may recall the introduction of Carla and Charlton to the Gold Rush audience back in 2018. Rick Ness's involvement with his crew members is not something that has just started. Rick is a dashing and attractive man, so he is bound to have flirtations with the young women who work for him. It might seem unprofessional, but Gold Rush fans are always anticipating the drama that comes with the mining. Carla has been a consistent presence, appearing in 52 episodes since her debut as a valued member of Rick Ness's team. Carla is an indispensable member of Rick Ness's team, wielding her expertise as a gold room operator and survival expert with excellence. Viewers were last treated to her presence in the Season 11 finale, where her interactions with Rick didn't escape the watchful eyes of dedicated fans. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the gold mining operation, subtle exchanged glances, heartfelt hugs, and genuine smiles between Carla and Rick didn't go unnoticed. These moments ignited rumors and speculation about a potential romantic relationship brewing between the two, sending fans into a frenzy of curiosity. As usual, the fans were ready to exploit the companionship between the two and hope that something more was happening. For some, this was a good thing, while others simply wanted to watch the miners work. The speculation reached such heights that Rick found himself addressing it directly on Twitter, responding to inquiries about their relationship status. Cases where bosses have flirtations with their employees are kind of frowned upon, and this time was no different. Despite his attempts to clarify, the speculation continued, fueled by the undeniable chemistry witnessed on screen. Fans, caught up in the drama and romance of it all, even humorously suggested that Rick should employ his gold mining skills to craft an engagement ring for Carla, highlighting the extent to which their imagined romance had captured the imagination of viewers. Imagine how beautiful of a wedding that would be. However, Rick made it clear from the beginning that his relationship with Carla was purely platonic, emphasizing that their bond is similar to that of siblings rather than romantic partners. Despite the fervent hopes of some fans, there exists no romantic entanglement between the two co-stars. Instead, their connection is rooted in a deep and abiding friendship. Rick's most recent romantic involvement was with Lise, a fellow co-worker on the show. Their relationship, however, has been characterized by tumultuous highs and lows. In the glittering world of the gold rush,
Rick and his former
fortunes are won
Lise
and lost
navigated
in the blink of an
through
eye.
A roller coaster
the
of
drama
emotions,
often extends
enduring
far beyond
multiple
the shimmering
separations and
surface
reconciliations.
of the precious metal.
When a
Amidst
beloved
the rugged
gold rush
landscapes
boss
and
like
relentless
Rick
pursuit
Ness
of wealth,
finds himself caught
a tale
in
of
such a
betrayal,
rocky relationship,
heartbreak, and scandal
the fans
unfolds.
talk.
Rick Ness, a
It was
familiar
therefore
name in the world of
expected that
gold
fans would
prospecting,
choose someone
finds
else for
himself
Rick
caught
to
up in a
partner with.
saga involving
Rick's
his former
former
fiancée
fiancée
Lise
took a
very serious
and the mysterious
turn, as he
figure of
showed that he
Morgan
was
Loren.
ready to cuff her. As the dust settles
At one
and
point,
secrets
Rick
are revealed,
proposed to her,
the true
a
cost
moment
of
that
chasing
Lee
gold
Marie
revealed
shared
online,
online,
capturing
proving
the
that in this
excitement with a
unforgiving
photo of the
frontier,
engagement ring,
the most valuable
while she was still
treasures
inside
may
the
not
jewelry
always be
store,
found in the
symbolizing
ground.
their journey
Season
of love
14
and
released in
commitment.
2023
marked the return of the beloved character Rick Ness, who is a fan favorite. This time, Ness is back with his own crew, which includes the talented newcomer, Morgan Loren. Morgan, as a member of Ness's crew, operates equipment and handles gold washing duties on the show. She excitedly shares the nerve-wracking nature of her role, given Rick's reliance on her expertise. Having grown up in Alaska, where hunting and fishing were second nature, Morgan brings a unique perspective and skill set to the team. She is friendly and has great interactions with the other crew members, making her stay at the mine an interesting one. Morgan discovered her true passion in gold mining, leaving behind a decade-long career as an oil field equipment operator in Palmer, Alaska. Bravely taking the leap, she relocated to the Yukon to pursue her newfound calling. Morgan's unwavering dedication to her craft shines brightly as she eagerly embraces her new role, bringing her skills and enthusiasm to the Ness claim featured on the show. Throughout the series, Morgan openly shares her aspirations, revealing her dream of one day owning her own mining claim. This goal is fueled by her profound love for gold washing and her comprehensive understanding of the necessary steps involved in the process. Certainly, Morgan is an active presence on Instagram, boasting a follower count of over 50K. In her Instagram bio, she describes herself as a full-time rocker and part-time adventurer, reflecting her adventurous spirit and passion for her work in the gold mining industry. She posts pictures of herself working at the mine and enjoying the beautiful scenery. This has earned her a good reputation, as many Gold Rush fans like her pictures and support her new hustle. Her profile is adorned with numerous snapshots capturing her moments in nature, showcasing her deep love for the outdoors. There's a delightful friendship evident between Morgan and her claim boss Rick, as she even shared a photo of the two of them before her reality TV debut, playfully captioning it, "Let me tell you about my best friend." The news of Rick Ness's team welcoming a new member, Morgan Loren, in Gold Rush Season 14, has ignited a wave of excitement and anticipation among the show's dedicated audience. Fans are buzzing with curiosity and enthusiasm as they eagerly await Morgan's appearance on the screen. Morgan Loren is attractive, and her excitement makes fans speculate that she is perfect for Rick. Social media platforms are abuzz with discussions and speculations, reflecting the audience's anticipation for the upcoming season, and their overwhelming support for Morgan. As she embarks on this challenging and adventurous journey alongside Rick Ness and the crew, the audience's collective excitement is palpable, making the wait for the new season of Gold Rush even more thrilling. While she is not the first female to be taken in by Rick Ness, she has to be very cautious due to what had happened earlier. In Season 12, Rick Ness welcomed a new female member to his crew, marking the arrival of rookies like Leah Turnbull. Leah left a lasting impression right from her debut, albeit not in the way she had hoped. She had accidentally crashed an expensive truck into a silt pond. Despite the rocky start, her unforgettable entrance into the team has firmly planted her in the thoughts of Discovery viewers, making her a topic of conversation among the show's audience. Hopefully, Morgan will not follow in Leah Turnbull's accidental footsteps. Season 14 brought on excitement and not for the gold mine. It reached new heights when it became clear that Rick had formed a romantic relationship with a new member of his crew. This development sparked even more interest among fans, who couldn't help but notice the undeniable chemistry between Rick and Morgan Lauren in recent episodes. As they witnessed the two working closely together, suspicion grew. Was there something beyond just a professional connection between Rick and Morgan? The unfolding storyline had fans buzzing with anticipation, eager to see where this newfound dynamic would lead. Morgan has seamlessly integrated into Rick's crew, shouldering challenging tasks such as operating heavy equipment and meticulously washing gold amidst the pressures of the gold mining operation. Despite the daunting nature of her responsibilities, Morgan appears to derive a sense of resilience and determination, perhaps fueled by her growing connection with Rick. His unwavering reliance on her skills serves as a testament to their strong partnership, evident in their shared moments both within the confines of their work and in their personal interactions. Their union has not gone unnoticed, as fans of the show have observed intimate moments between them both on camera and behind the scenes, sparking speculation about the true nature of their relationship. This speculation only intensifies with Morgan's activity on social media platforms, particularly on her Instagram page, where she frequently shares glimpses into her life. Among these posts are images that hint at a profound closeness with Rick, further fueling the rumors and leaving viewers eager to uncover the truth behind their dynamic. In a certain snapshot, Rick is seen carrying Morgan, their smiles reflecting a warmth and friendship that seem genuine and unscripted. Another photograph captures them standing side by side, their closeness visible against the backdrop of what appears to be a serene and intimate setting. These moments, frozen in time, have left fans of the show buzzing with curiosity about the true nature of their relationship. As fans search through Morgan Lauren's social media profiles, a pattern emerges. She appears to be unattached, seemingly single, and open to new relationships. This observation ignites speculation among followers, who eagerly entertain the possibility of a romantic entanglement between Morgan and Rick Ness, the charismatic leader of the crew. With each post, each glimpse into their interactions, the intrigue deepens, leaving fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding narrative of love and adventure amidst the backdrop of the gold rush. While Morgan has chosen not to publicly confirm her relationship status, her close bond with Rick has undoubtedly piqued the interest of gold rush enthusiasts. Similarly, Rick has neither confirmed nor corrected any speculation regarding his relationship with Morgan. As viewers observe the dynamics between Rick and Morgan, some may recall the introduction of Carla and Charlton to the Gold Rush audience back in 2018. Rick Ness's involvement with his crew members is not something that has just started. Rick is a dashing and attractive man, so he is bound to have flirtations with the young women who work for him. It might seem unprofessional, but Gold Rush fans are always anticipating the drama that comes with the mining. Carla has been a consistent presence, appearing in 52 episodes since her debut as a valued member of Rick Ness's team. Carla is an indispensable member of Rick Ness's team, wielding her expertise as a gold room operator and survival expert with excellence. Viewers were last treated to her presence in the Season 11 finale, where her interactions with Rick didn't escape the watchful eyes of dedicated